Hello again, it's Clinton and I'm back with more Destiny. It's been a while, it's been close to 2 weeks it feels like, but I'm finally back and it's good to be back. I have some gameplay footage here of Crucible. Sadly it's not anything too exciting, except I am playing with a subscriber, Coolman35, also known as MechMan35 on PSN. And this started off as just a friendly match. We got into a casual disagreement about the merits of Thorn versus Hawkmoon. Coolman went down on the side of Thorn, saying that it was just a better gun overall with the dot and just ease of use. And I favored Hawkmoon, of course, because I feel it's just a better overall gun for both PvE and PvP. And in terms of just stopping power, if you just want someone dead when you have them in your sights, you can't, pardon me, got something stuck in my throat, you cannot beat the Hawkmoon's efficiency. Now, neither of us played especially well this game, and I was actually trailing by quite a number of points for the first part of the match, but later on you will see that I surge back and I protect the good honor of the Hawkmoon name and end up getting more points than my friend here, MechMan35, but it was all in good fun. And that's not the point of this video. I still have about like 11 minutes or so of time, and I wanted to just use this opportunity to wrap up my earlier discussion about the future of Crucible and just general thoughts on what Bungie can do to evolve Crucible as Destiny itself evolves, and how it can be more of a destination gameplay mode and to really flesh things out. So for people like myself who do play Crucible regularly, we have something to look forward to. Mechman is more of a raider, and he's not a huge Crucible player, and it's really nice to just get him in a game with me. But I think the problems that he has are not especially with the way it plays, but I think for myself at least, actually, I'll speak for myself here, I think what keeps me from playing more Crucible is that there's it's, how should I say, it's consistently inconsistent when it comes to rewards. And in terms of just wanting to progress, getting more emblems, getting more engrams to decode, or having that chance of an exotic drop, it's really the least efficient way to go about things. You're better off, if you're grinding engrams, it's better off just doing the strike playlist. And if you really want a guaranteed legendary or exotic drop, you probably want to do the raids, or you want to do the weekly nightfalls with all your characters. So the Crucible itself, you really are just playing it for the thrill of competition most of the time, and for me that's just good enough. Sometimes I do feel like I want to progress my characters and I want to get new stuff, and when the prospect of playing the Crucible is sometimes a bit of a downer when I realize, well, I could just play a game, win or lose, high KDR or low, and I could just end up with nothing. And I've never been in that lobby where the last player on a team gets an exotic weapon or something. I've never had that sort of, downer moment, I suppose. And I've never been the one to actually get that drop as well, that exotic drop in a Crucible match. So for me, it's more of like a steady sort of chipping away at my resolves. I find when it comes to like having that extrinsic reason to play Crucible. And Bungie recognizes this, I believe, in one of their blog posts from last month. They did recognize that, yes, the rewards in Crucible are a bit stingy and they're inconsistent. The RNG nature of it, I think it's totally intentional, and I'm actually okay with that. Meaning that, even if you do poorly in a match, or if your team loses, you still have a chance of getting something good. The chance is very low, and it's equal for everyone. But having that lottery system, I think, is a huge draw, is a huge psychological play on Bungie's part to actually keep people playing and to even things out. They don't want the winners to just keep winning and reinforcing only the winners. They want to reinforce everyone. They don't want to alienate the crappy players or the average players in favor of just only rewarding the winners. And that's all fine and dandy, but I think what they need to do is they need to think about a way of doing a two-tier system of rewards, meaning that when you go into a Crucible match, aside from earning the marks, you have to be guaranteed some kind of reward. So they have to think about what sort of baseline reward to give you whenever you complete a Crucible match, right? And what they want to do is just slightly tip things in favor of players who perform well and teams that perform well. So that's going to be a challenge for Bungie going forward. I just want to highlight real quickly in terms of like illustrating the stinginess of the Crucible reward system. There's another subscriber of mine who also has his own much bigger YouTube channel. It's Jackal, who runs Destiny Dynasty. He recently posted a video of himself playing like 40 rounds of the last Iron Banner, which ended a little over a week ago. And he just wanted to show and document what kind of drops he gets in the course of 40 games. And I think he was looking for his Fellwinter's Lie, which he ended up getting 2 of. But of those 40 matches, it's actually quite shocking the number of rounds that he finishes with nothing. And it's not just him, it's like the entire lobby is just empty. Those reward squares all the way down the scoreboard on his team is just empty. And you might have one guy getting like 1 blue weapon or 1 blue engram. And it's just shocking how stingy the Crucible is. So it's really sort of heartening to know that Bungie is aware of this, and they say, at least they're paying lip service right now, they say they're going to look into fixing that. Iron Banner, of course, does operate a little bit differently in terms of its reward system compared to regular Crucible. Of course, you have a chance of getting stuff like Fellwinter's Lie, which is an exclusive drop to Iron Banner, which you normally would not get while playing standard Crucible. So there's that. I'm gonna link to Jackal's video. I think it's a really interesting, look. I think it's good that he does a lot of these kind of videos where he just documents the drops that he gets over a certain amount of time, doing something for a certain period of time. And yeah, that's a big problem, because when all is said and done, for me, why I keep playing Crucible is I feel like there's always room to improve, right? I'm getting better as a player. I start off as just a miserable PvPer. I was getting 0.3, 0.4, 0.5 KDR, and just not having that much fun. And then since Destiny's been out last September, I've clawed my way up, so to speak. So now I'm firmly average. As of a few nights ago, I checked my stats again on Bungie.net, and I saw that my overall KD had finally hit the 1.0 mark. So from like a 0.4, 0.5 KD player up to a 1.0 player. This is on my Hunter, by the way. On my other characters, it's been a little bit better since I've gone in as a more experienced player with my secondary characters. So yeah, it's been a long journey for me. Just sort of as a terrible player, now firmly an average player, and I still want to keep getting better. I want to be able to get maybe a overall KD of 2. I know for a lot of people this sort of thing is meaningless, where people just pop into the Crucible, they play a few rounds, and then it's done with. They go back to quote unquote the main game, which is the Destiny's PvE content. But for me, the PvP stuff has become sort of a destination. I kind of view things like doing patrols and turning in Vanguard bounties as sort of like a warm-up each day for heading into the Crucible. I may want to level up a new exotic weapon that I got from Xur, and then yeah, it's just getting my thumbs all warmed up for some intense competition in the Crucible. So for me, that ceiling of achievement is always going to be really high and almost unattainable, where it's like I could always keep getting better at the Crucible, and that keeps me playing. It's always going to be a new challenge. I don't know what kind of lobby I'm going to get. And yes, the actual tangible rewards right now are just too insignificant to even consider. I don't go into a Crucible match thinking, oh, maybe I'll get a Galahorn or some other exotic. I just play for just as a way to test myself, really. And I kind of went on a tangent there, but back onto the main thrust of this video, which is about how to improve the Crucible. There's a reward system. I mentioned in the last video that they have to find a way to tie in these social aspects a bit more. So we're all part of, a lot of people at least are part of a clan, but it's all very superficial right now. There's no real meaning to being in a clan within the game. And I think Bungie could really improve things, make things more interesting if they adopted the concept of seasons. When I talk about the Iron Banner being on, and I refer to regular Crucible, I kind of think of it as like the regular season. When the Iron Banner is not on, it's just regular season PvP. But when Iron Banner is up for a whole week, there's something that's different. There's something you can strive for, and people kind of rally around this event. And I think they could take that a little bit further by implementing some kind of, like a concept of a league, like a season that lasts longer than a week, right? Maybe for a month. You could, with the rest of your clan mates, compete in the Crucible. Maybe there might be a specific mode or something, and the point would be to earn these specific kind of league points or season points. At the end of the month, when the season is over, your clan could take collectively whatever they've earned in terms of the league points. They could turn that in for some exclusive items. It could be anything. It could be shaders, emblems, or something even tastier like some exclusive weapons from the vendor or gear. And the weapons and gear, by the way, should be sort of tuned and designed specifically for Crucible play to kind of keep that specialness going, right? So that's basically my final idea for improving the Crucible in the short term, short to mid-term, right? And we're coming to the end of this gameplay. You're gonna see that, well, you've been watching, we haven't played especially well. I didn't really start getting killed until like the latter half of the match, but in the end we didn't resolve anything about whether the Thorn or Hawkmoon is better. It just came down to player skill, really, and play styles. And I'm glad to be posting a new video. It's been a while, and I hope to kind of get back to a more regular, consistent video production schedule. And going forward, I'm definitely wanting to do more PvP stuff, highlight some of the Dark Below maps, which I have yet to do after all this time, and just maybe focus on just like general tips and lessons that I've learned as a Crucible player, and sort of trying to pull that stuff together into some short video series on improving in the Crucible, and of course continuing on with things like weapon reviews and whatnot. So that's it for me. I've gone a little bit too long, but thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Ciao.